back out here again. I went to drive this car into town this year, and the heater core was taking the shit. And then when I was coming back, and when I was driving up here, it was fine. It had second gear. When I was driving back, I lost second gear. I went to try to adjust it, and like nothing's there. So I've had this transmission in for a really long time, and I've never adjusted the band on it. So I'm hoping that I can jack it up and see what's going on with the band. When I went to adjust it in, it's absolutely gone. The band's gone. So we're going to take the cover off. We're going to get up in the air, and if we have to, we're going to rip the transmission out, put a different one in. But we're going to hopefully get inside there and do a little tinkering and get the band adjusted, get the bar back in on it, and hopefully it's not broke. And then the heater core. It's always something, isn't it? Well, I got the easy part done. I got the cover taken off. We'll get it jacked up now. Alright, I got her on jack stands. We're crawl under there, drain the transmission fluid, and then go from there. Alright, I got the fluid come out of the pan here. It's pretty clean, but I need to get in there and see what's going on with that second gear band. Hopefully the band's not broke, but it is. We're pulling the transmission out. We're going to shove another one in here and get this one rebuilt and then put it back in. So hopefully there's a little bar that's in there. Hopefully it just fell out because of lack of adjustment. We just put it back in there, adjust it all, put a new filter on. Fingers crossed. That's all it is. I got a manual shift valve body, reverse manual shift valve body, so get all the fluid drained out here and get the pan off. Well, this is what happened. The power wedge for second gear band, a piece of cast that broke on me, and this is all my fault too, because I've apparently let it go too long adjusting that intermediate gear band, and it got in here too much of an angle and broke that cast. But the good thing is the wedge, the bar for that power wedge, the power bar, was just laying in the bottom of the pan. The fluid looks beautiful. So they make these new out of steel because they're known to break. And so I got a steel one coming. It'll be here next week. We'll put that in there, adjust that band down until it seats, back it out 2 turns, and then we'll have the transmission going again. So I guess while I got this thing down out and up in the air, I'm gonna get in here and take that heater box out, the heater core out of the heater box. Dusters are pretty cool because it's just, there's a bunch of, some of the clips on the top suck, but if I take the cardboard box out of the glove box, out the cardboard piece out of there, I can pull the clips all off of the heater core and open the heater box and open that box up without taking the window out or taking the dash out. So it's only like a 2 or 4 hour job, so we'll do that and fill it all back up with antifreeze and get that job done while we're waiting on this power wedge to come. And then the power wedge, I'll get that, and I got a new filter for it, and we'll get that all back together, and hopefully we'll get through this season with this car. Alright, my parts have came in. This is the part that broke. This is called the power wedge. And now I have this, instead of being a piece of cast, it's a machine piece of solid steel here. It's going to replace this one that broke. And these bars, from what they say, they're known to bend and then pop out. So I went ahead and bought the upgraded bar for the power wedge. I think it's called the power bar, but this goes in one side of the second shift band, and this is the adjuster side of the second shift band. So we're going to replace these parts out on the band, and then I'll be able to fill the car up full of fluid and get going again. Alright, here we go. Alright, so this is called the strut, not the bar, and that's the wedge. So I got the strut in here. This is the lever for the servo for second and third gear. So I got the strut in here to one side of the bar, and I looked at the pictures, so the flat side goes up, and but I got the thicker strut in here now, and I got the stronger wedge. So you run this in till it bottoms out, and then you back it off 2 turns, and then you jam it down on the other side. So this should get my second gear back. So second gear the strut's applied, and third gear the strut's not applied. So I had first and third, but I didn't have second. So I got it adjusted. Now I'll bolt everything back together and we'll go drive around. Alright, so I put the valve body back on. It's all these bolts around the outside here. And this is my first reverse gear band. It's in first gear until you put it in reverse, and then it locks out. Alright, I got the fluid and everything back in it, and was able to take it around the block, and I got second gear again. So this one's good to go, hopefully for the rest of the season. And get her washed up here. But we got second gear, and that's a good thing. And she's working good. All right. I hope you like this kind of thing.